Hello everyone, this is Red Bull Tanker. Welcome to Operation Fog of War, Turn 1 for the British and the Commonwealth. So, quick kind of overview of what happened prior to the British turn. So, Germany made their gains in Europe. They attacked France, southern France. They hit the British fleet off of Scotland, the Allied fleet in Season 110. The British Navy off of 109 and attacked the Canadian fleet in 106. The German ground forces didn't suffer too bad. It was actually in their naval power that they actually lost decently. I actually have it over. Well, actually, here are the German losses for their turn. They lost 5 infantry, 3 subs, their battleship, 2 fighters, a tactical, and a strategic bomber. So Germany was definitely hurt. Russia basically helped us by scouting out Eastern Europe and revealing the German forces there. And they themselves are starting to move forces forward into Western Russia to prepare to meet the eventual German assault from Barbarossa. Let's see here. Japan, from what we were able to surmise, they pushed hard against China and now made their normal pushes against China. Scattered fleet reports from our coastal watchers on Hong Kong and the Philippines tell us that the Japanese have moved a decent fleet into the waters off of French Indochina. Meanwhile, then over on the American team, they scouted out the waters around Japan and discovered that fleet force there. They also dropped depth charges around Hawaii and discovered a Japanese submarine. And then they aided our team in depth charging or at least locating, I think they depth charged it too, 2 German subs off of 106. So, real quick, I will quickly pull off all these battles so we can go into ours. So, give me one set so we can get into our turn. Right here, these were our casualties that we suffered this turn. Not too bad. We were pretty surprised that the naval force off of Scotland, we were surprised that the battleship off of Scotland actually survived the battle. And then also in China has gone really bad. Out of both the Japanese and the Chinese turn, I think it's like, God, and upwards of like 10 Chinese infantry have been killed with the loss of the Japanese, I believe. Yeah, they lost 1 infantry in Yunnan. Like, pretty bad odds for them. Okay, so we'll go over to the UK and the Far East Command now. So for purchases for the UK, we did 6 infantry and a fighter. And in the Far East, we did a submarine, an infantry, and 2 mech. So now we'll go over the battles and their outcomes. So we'll start here. So in Canada, we hit these 2 subs with the destroyer, the strategic bomber from Great Britain, and the fighter from Scotland. We were able to kill 1 German sub, and then the other German sub. You do 1 round of combat once subs have been depth charged and brought to the surface, and then fighters, destroyers. I believe fighters and destroyers hit on a 2 or less, and then a strategic bomber and a tactical hit on a 3 or less. And then I think I gotta remember the rules, but I think it's destroyer, cruiser, fighter. Oh. Destroyer, cruiser, fighter, and tacticals hit on a 2 or less, and then a strategic bomber and a battleship hit on a 3 or less. And they did 1 round of combat. We got 1 of the submarines, and that was the battle for that sea zone. And as I go, I'll take off these markers. Okay, next, we'll go with this one. So, with our cruiser and fighter off of Gibraltar, we attacked the Italian Navy. And if I remember correctly, now why am I all of a sudden forgetting what the casualties were? I know we lost our cruiser. I'll have to double check in a minute here to see what happened. I can't remember if the Italians lost their cruiser too or not. Shoot. Why can't I not remember? Okay. Anyways. Darn it. Now I feel bad. I'll have to double check that. Okay, next, our battle against the Italian fleet at Tirano. They scrambled 3 fighters, including one of their generals. This battle went pretty, I guess, okay for us. Not really. So we attacked with 2 fighters from the UK. Prime Minister Dillon's personal fighter from Malta, the strategic bomber from Malta, and the destroyer, the cruiser, the carrier, and the tactical. While we killed all of the Italian troops, including one of their generals, I believe, we did not come away scot-free on this fight. We ended up losing the 2 fighters from the UK. We lost the destroyer. We lost the cruiser. And we lost the Ark Royal. Now, all the planes from this all went back to Malta. So the planes here, they all went back to Malta to regroup. Oh my goodness. I do apologize. So they land on the Malta marker. Very Pyrrhic victories in the Mediterranean for us. Okay, next. Next was the battle for Iraq with these two, with this infantry and artillery on this transport going through the canal and coming over to 80, and this cruiser coming in to support the attack. And then this mechanized infantry came to support the attack. And then we also had Lieutenant Jennings, personal fighter. Leavings. Jason's last name is Leavings. So Lieutenant Leavings, personal fighter, and a tactical from India. They went into the battle for Iraq. This one went really bad for us too. We lost all the ground forces and the tactical, leaving 1 Iraqi infantry left, and Lieutenant and Zach. God, can't think. Sorry, I'm getting their names wrong all of a sudden. And then Jason retreated his fighter to Syria. So, all in all, our battles did not go that well. So now we'll do non-combats. So what we did for non-combats, so we'll go back over here. Infantry and artillery moved to Quebec. The battleship, the HMS Queen Victoria, has come up here to Iceland. The transport in 109 took an infantry and a mech and brought them down to Gibraltar, since Gibraltar is unfortunately open to attack right now. And then over here in Africa, I have taken most of the 8th Army and have moved it down to Sudan. And then the infantry and artillery from Egypt came down. We left 1 infantry in Alexandria to act as a blocking force for the Italians. Then, let's see here, other non-combats. Oh, then our destroyer from 71 went up to 80 to join the fleet up there. We took this transport, picked him up, went to Sea Zone 80, dropped him in Persia, and activated the two defensive armies there, and secured Persia for ourselves. And then let's see here, pull these off. And then over here, the fighter in Burma went back to India. This infantry in Burma went to the Shan state. The destroyer goes from 39 to 37, and the battleship from 37 to 39. And that was it for that. So then we deployed, so I'll just deploy on this side first. We did the submarine, infantry. Oh, there's my India card. Infantry and 2 mech with the 14th Army at India. And then for the home islands, and then for London, and on the London card up there, sorry it's a little crooked, we deployed a fighter. And 6 infantry. Oh, and then I forgot. Then we also non-combated the strategic and fighter back to Quebec. Okay, so that was our turn 1. It didn't go all that. I mean, it went good, but it also didn't go well for us. I'm actually almost 100% sure that this navy was destroyed. So it's kind of a half and half situation there. So all that's left in the Med is the Italian fleet that, if you've played this game long enough, you know there's still an Italian fleet in 95. There's still French, there's still a part of the French fleet still there. So Italy will probably get their strategic objective for no ships in the Med. So kind of Pyrrhic there. We're still a little disappointed about our attack into Iraq, but we will continue on. We think we're still in a decent position despite some of our setbacks turn 1. So, at the end of the turn, Great Britain will collect 30 plus 5 for having all territories, so we'll get 35 IPC this turn, and the FEC will get 17. So that's it for turn 1, guys, and we'll see you next time for the UK and Far East Command turn 2. So until then, guys, take care.